In this video, we're going to talk about making dilutions. So both of these solutions contain the same amount of solute. So we see here, you can tell by the color of the solution in A that it is more concentrated than solution B. Solution A has a greater molarity. The more dilute solution, which is B, the lighter color blue, was made from solution A by adding more solvent, so usually more water. So diluting a solution reduces the number of moles of solute per unit volume by the total number of moles of solute in solution does not change. So moles of solute before dilution equals the moles of solute after dilution. And here's our equation. M1 times V1 equals M2 times V2. When we do a calculation, you do not have to include the time sign. You can put them together because it still means multiplication. So M1 and V1 are the molarity and the volume of the initial solution, and M2 and V2 are the molarity and volume of the diluted solution. So in this example, we see it says the student is preparing 100 milliliters of 0.4 molar magnesium sulfate from a stock solution of 2 molar magnesium sulfate. And it says in the bottom, she measures 20 milliliters of the stock solution. How do we know to measure that? So we know M1 times V1 equals M2 times V2. Our first molarity is 0.4. First volume is 100 milliliters. Now both volume units need to be in the same unit, right? If they're in liters, that's fine, or milliliters, that's fine. They just need to be in the same unit. Okay, so now we have 2 molar, and we're going to times that by X. So we'll put V here, V2, because that's our variable here. We're looking for our second volume. So 0.4 times 100 gives us 40 equals 2V2. How are we going to get this V2 by itself? Divide by 2, and we get 20 milliliters. So that's how we figure out our 20 milliliters of stock solution. With a 20 milliliter pipette, and it says she transfers the 20 milliliters to a 100 milliliter volumetric flask, and she carefully adds water to the mark to make 100 milliliters of solution. Okay, so we only have two examples here, and we're done. So it says, and it was the exact example we just did, but we'll do it again, just put it on here. So how many milliliters of aqueous 2 molar MgSO4 solution must be diluted with water to prepare 100 milliliters of 0.4 molar MgSO4? So we have 2, and we'll have V1 here. That's what we're looking for. So we have 100. We'll put our 0.4 times 100. So 0.4 times 100 we know is 40. Divide by 2, and we get 20 milliliters. And then the last one, it says 100 milliliters of 0.3 molar copper 2 sulfate hydrate solution is diluted to 500 milliliters. What is the concentration of the diluted acid? So we know our equation. So M1, 0.3 times 100 equals, molarity we're looking for was the concentration, so M2, but we know 500 M2. Get M2 by itself, divide by 500. Get rid of that. So divided by 500, and we get 0.06 molar. And that concludes our video on making dilutions.